Block 1, Unit 4 review, transformations.
Congruency and similarity by Matthew Davis and the Arians. Similarities. A similarity is when two shapes are the same size, but they have a same shape, but they have a different size. Congruency. Shape or something that is similar to something else.
Ian. Translations by Molly and Alexandra. For the translation, you go 1 unit left and 1 unit down, and then your new shape is moved over. Arrow notation is when you have the arrow facing that way and it tells you, and then words is when it's written out, and displacement is when it's in parentheses.
Here are some tips. In quadrant 1, as you can see, x and y are positive. In quadrant 2, x is positive and y is negative. In quadrant 3, x and y are negative. And then in quadrant 4, x is positive and y is negative.
Reflections by Nate G. and Aubrey W.
Rules and tips. Shapes can be reflected across the x or y axis. Shapes can also be reflected across special lines like y equals 3 or x equals -1. Easy ways of performing reflections are counting the points away from the line of reflection, or switching the x coordinate if it's across the y axis, and change the y coordinate if it's across the x axis.
Some examples of reflections. You can flip over the y-axis, which would just be like that, or you can flip over the x-axis, which is down or up. And that special one would be, you could flip over like an x1 or a y1, and you just like flip over like that, and yeah, that was reflections.
Rotations by Caden, Alex, and Ava.
Some examples for rotation is when the image goes 90 degrees clockwise, it turns clockwise this way, while if it's counter, it goes the other way. And for 180 degrees, it goes the other side, opposite to it.
Tips and rules. When rotating clockwise 90 degrees, you flip your coordinates and you change the figure from a positive or negative, and then, the new x from positive or negative. When rotating counterclockwise 90 degrees, you also flip the coordinates again, but the new y changes from positive or negative. When rotating 180 degrees, you don't flip your coordinates, but you change both of them from positive or negative.
Dilations by Jessica and Brian.
A dilation is a transformation that changes a figure's size, but maintains its shape. So as you can see in the examples, the figures get bigger, but it stays as the same shape as it was before.
You'll be given a scale factor, and you'll be multiplying all of the coordinates from the image, and the new coordinates will be you will multiply the coordinates from the figure, and the new numbers, when you finish multiplying, it will be the image.
Sometimes you don't get the scale factor. You're just given the coordinates, so you'll have to divide the figure and the image's coordinates.
Sequences by John G., Michael R., and Isaiah B.
One example for sequences is this is the figure and then this is the image. So for the image, we rotate it 180 degrees about the origin, followed by the second image, which we reflected over the y-axis.
Some tips for finding sequences are: separate the changes in the problem. Do the first transformation first. Write the coordinates for every figure and image. The end.